Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
Okay, legends! Welcome back to the channel with another video for Street Fighter Duel, and now we're at security training versus Sagat, the new boss, and he's a little bit annoying as well as like Gouken, but he doesn't silence the time he deals massive damage. Now there's a lot of heroes and units that you can use here. There's a lot of combinations. I'll be talking about that. As for free to play aspect, for pay to win, as you see, the scores are absurd up there. So the scores is, if you have Flame Chun, then you're gonna do a lot of scores and you're gonna do a lot of damage with your main lineup with Fire Adon and Rich Honda. And this is how we're gonna go about it. But the next teams that I'm gonna show you, you can choose and decide whatever team that you wanna go and try, and it will give you the highest scores and it will put you in the top 50. That's a guaranteed, at least, to put you in the top 50 if you build them to the way that we build them or I build them on my account. Now there's a lot of variation. I tried different things. I tried a new testing with new characters, or not new characters, but characters that are available but are free to play as well, and to my surprise it worked a little bit. Now I'll be showing you the lineups, and yeah, it's a little bit kind of like what are you playing, but it could work. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you about the first team. Of course, this is the team that you need to use if you bought Flame Chun. For anybody who bought her and have her, you can play this lineup and it will give you the best scores. As you see, Emperor did like 10 billion, and there's Gagon who did also a lot of damage, 5 billion, which is good actually, and Repnol did 6 billion, which is, these are the scores that you can go and you can max it as much as possible. Now for my lineups, and as you see, yeah, Mommy Dalsim, what is Mommy Dalsim doing here? Now I tried to test something because the dot effect in this event deals a lot of damage. So bleed, a burn, poison deals a lot of damage for some reason in this event, and as you see here, my Mommy Dalsim is dealing almost $250 million, which is absolutely fantastic. 257 million, which is really great. Fire Adon is carrying with all the damages, but this is the addition of Mommy Dalsim on this team, is dealing good amount of damage. I start with Cammy and Vega EX, so I start with his super, so he gets the stacks of the poison. C1 from C Poison as always, C2 from him, and then C3 from Fire Adon. And then we continue our rotation with Rich Honda, Poison, Mommy Dalsim, then Fire Adon. And Mommy Dalsim is dealing great amount of damage. Now we're taking a lot of damage. What I'm doing here is using the Virgil EX. You don't need to use it. Sometimes you dodge. If you take a lot of nodes that have dodge, you can dodge a lot of these attacks. So if for this specific boss, you can go to your trees and remove these more multipliers that you have them on HP or defense, or maybe crit rate or crit damage or whatever you want to remove, and put them on dodge, so you can dodge a lot of his attacks. You don't need even to use the Virgil EX, which is really helpful. Now what I'm using on my Fire Adon, you can use Witch Jury, she works fine. I did similar damage, similar type of amount of damage with the lineup when using Witch Jury. When I'm using Mayor Cody on him, it's okay, but I used Luke so I can minimize the times that I get busted with the team. So when Pharaoh Sagat goes and kill my Fire Adon, I don't want Fire Adon to die, so you can take 1 damage immunity at least when you're fighting this boss if you have him at double S or more. If you don't have him, that's okay, that's fine. I'm not using any Bison on my lineup. You can use Bison on him, Bison works as well. So this is another way, or if you build Virgil before, Virgil also works on him. So the second lineup that I'll be talking about is Visconti Vega. Now of course I was using always Elena here. You can use Wrestling Hugo here. You can use whoever buffer with the C1 you want to use. I was using Elena for heals, but it didn't bring me the most damage. I needed somebody to buff my damages, so I was using Athlete Chun-Li. And because he's bleed, he's dealing a lot of dot damage. You can start early the fight, or you can rotate and do it later. I'm using these AX moves. I highly recommend to use the drones of Chun-Li, because it will give you more combo meter when you go through, because even if you go at 51 seconds, let's say, with 3 combo meter and a half, you will also lag because you're gonna go back to back fast. If you have Eva Ryu built, you can use him instead of Gormagala Ken, or using anybody else that deals damage. If you have Baddest Jury, I will highly recommend using her in this lineup, because she will deal a lot of damage, more than Gormagala can, because she's a carry as a trigger character, which works a lot. Summer Ibuki even deals more damage than Gormagala can, so if you have her, also you can play her. We start with Visconti Vega, Athlete Chun-Li, Suit Able, Visconti Vega, and you almost take no damage. Like we took here almost, maybe this is 1 million damage. 1 million damage across the board. Mainly I take 0 damage. If I show you my previous fights and I show you the damages that I took, let me show you here, because there's a battle report and it could show us everything. So this is my highest second lineup, I think, second run, 0 damage from Fighter Sagat, just because of the shields that Suit Abel gives you. Also, Abel can give you these shields. Now, I was testing here lineups, I put Bison to check how the damages can go, and it was really awesome. And the damages here that you've seen Visconti Vega is taking, mainly is from the clone of Fighter Sagat. When he dropped him, I think he does a little bit of damage, and Suit Abel also took a little bit of damage, but Fighter Sagat did nothing to our hit points, to our HP, as for the characters that we have. So, let me go back to my initial lineup. I think it's the first lineup here. So here we go. The second or the third lineup, and it's the best score that I've got. I've got it multiple of times. If you check here, also 800 million. Here we got 1 billion, which is really good. This team is consistent with the damages that he does because of using Action Guy on the team, buffing the damage reduction on the enemies or minimizing it. So Leonardo is dealing the carry role and dealing the damages as much as possible. We're using Donatello from the tag position. He drops, give us the buffs, give us the stacks. Raphael do Raphael things and give us the stacks. Leonardo give us the stacks, and we're using the pizza EX move at the start of the battle and by the end of the battle. I'm using also damage reduction from Rich Honda EX move, and I'm using the EX move that give us crit. I think it's the only one, or the other one. Anyway, I forgot the name of it. I'll show you in the replay how we use it. And we're dealing good amount of damage, 1 billion with this team. Leonardo at SS, so if you get him to triple S, you will deal even more damage with his cars if you build them out. Absolutely phenomenal. And this lineup is very good because you start with Leonardo, back-to-back Donatello, back-to-back C2 from Action Guy, and C3 from Leonardo. You don't whiff your attacks, even whatever. If you want to go quickly or you want to go slow, you don't whiff your attacks because Action Guy will go with the C1 of Donatello. Now, the third lineup, which is another lineup that I like a lot, and sometimes I'm dealing 800 million, sometimes 700 million, sometimes 600 million, depending on your RNG with this lineup, and shields from Abel. So I'm having Summer Elena as the buffer on the team, of course. You can use whoever you want as a buffer, as trigger character. So Gorma Galakan works, Raphael works here, Eva Ryu works here. Whatever you think that will help you. Summer Elena works perfectly because it gives us the combo, because all of them are wind and he's master, and we're using another master or another wind. Or I'm using Mayor Cody on him because it will give me more damage bonus, 15%. So you start with Akuma, or normal Abel, Akuma, then Chun-Li, and this is the whole rotation. You're gonna get a lot of combo meter because if you build Chun-Li, she's a battery and she will always give you combo meter, so you will not run out of combos until the end of the fight. So let's go and check the lineups and how we did that. So here we go, first lineup, and we wait until the end of the battle, or until the 51 second, I think, at least, and we drop the Kami and Vega EX, so I can start with Mummy Dalsim and accumulate stacks of poison on him. This is his super combo. He just stands on his like yoga tower, but this time for poison, and we start at almost 51, something like that. So we start with Mummy Dalsim, C1 from C Poison, C2 from, I did it from, I think, Rich Honda, then the C3 from Fire Adon, then Rich Honda, 3 Poison, Mummy Dalsim, and Fire Adon until the end of the battle. And we take a lot of damage actually, but it doesn't matter, we survive. We dodge a lot as well in this fight, and we go here, and you saw the damages that we took when the mummy, when Fighter Sagat exploded, and it was a lot. And then I used the Virgil EX, so it keeps my Fire Adon alive, and this is how it saved me, because we took fatal damage the first time, and we negated it with the immunity from, what's his name, Luke. And now we're continuing dealing the damages, and the battle finished at this point. So of course you can maximize your damage even more. Of course, you might ask me, what can we replace somebody that deals damage here instead of Mummy Dalsim? You can use Overlord Bison if you want, you can use Rose here, you can use anybody else, and you can use also Seth. Seth absolutely works on this lineup. With 1 copy, I did damage to him, similar to this damage, but the Mummy Dalsim is dealing a great amount of damage for this lineup. So if you want to try it, test it, do the same results, it's almost giving you 3 billion, which is really actually good. $250 million with Mummy Dalsim is actually insane, and he's a C2 user, so use him if you can. The second lineup, Visconti Vega, and of course I'm gonna speed it up. because it's the normal lineup: Visconti Vega, Athlete Chun-Li, Suit Able, then Visconti Vega, and this is how the damages go. And of course, if you can have the drones as an EX move, use it, because it will give you more combo meter, because you're gonna see by the end of the fight we're running out of combo meter, so we can't do anything even if we have trigger characters that deals the damages. So Visconti Vega, Athlete Chun-Li, Suit Able, then Visconti Vega, and Gorma Galakan is giving us the buffs, dealing the damage reduction or the attack reduction on the bosses, and we're dealing a little bit of damage with him, which is really good. If you have baddest Jury, I would highly recommend using her, not because she buffs, just because she will give you damage meters, she will give you more damage. Actually, she does something between 300 million to 500 million damage with her passives if you go back to back, but you want to go back to back slow, and this is the best team to go slow with her, because Visconti Vega, you can use him slow for his bleed to just cook the targets and kill them. As you see, we're running out of combo meter, we still have time, but we can't do anything except idling here. So this is why I'm telling you, if you have the drones of Chun-Li available for you to use it on this lineup and use something else on different lineups, that would be awesome. This lineup, which I love a lot, let's go and check how the damages go, and it's absolutely awesome. So let's go ×4 first, because the moment that I unlock the pizza, I drop it again. I will remind you in every video to do that, because the stacks are permanent. As you see, these the stacks that are like music, they keep there, they stay until the end of the battle, or at least you use them. And we wait for the 51 second, I think, and you see full combo meter. By the end, we're gonna run out of combo meter, because this team consumes all the combo meters, and we use the EX moves available. Now, if you see the crescent wave going out, because I'm using poison, the normal poison on my action guy, because if he does any thunder damage, she will drop the crescent wave. It means he will deal extra more damage, which is really awesome for this lineup. And we're going back to back, back to back. You see, we're taking no damage, we're not dealing any less damage from the other teams, and the crescent wave is going again, because we have all these stacks of fortitude, all these stacks of what we're having, because back to back we're going, plus the stacks of the turtles, of their passives, and we use the pizza again, and here we go, we ran out of combo meter, but we use it by the end for one last time, and we deal the maximum amount of damage. 1 billion with this lineup, absolutely crazy. Good lineup, solid lineup. The Turtles are so far one of the best teams in the game, if you can manage and build them up. So I'll continue building Leonardo, and in the future maybe Donatello, then Raphael, because this is how I want, or Michelangelo for defensive purposes, if I can, because it requires starlights, or if we get a rerun, this is what we're gonna do. The last lineup, now you can replace this lineup with a Dhalsim lineup, of course. You can play Dhalsim, Bison, Fashion Blanca, and you can play a C1 with whoever you want, or you feel fit. I would highly recommend using Summer Yang as a C1 user, because you can use his C2 for combo meter as well, and you will deal good amount of damage. Now, another unit that shines here, which is Oni. Why? Because you kill actually a unit on the lineup of the boss, and Oni, every time you kill a unit, he increases his damages, and increases his damages more and more, or you can use him as an assist, because his assist as well, if somebody dies, you increase the damages for your assisted target. So keep that in mind. Oni also works here, and he will give you a good amount of damages and result, because he deals also soul damage. So let's go and check this lineup. And of course, you're gonna see my combo meter almost never goes to 0. Now, it goes low, but it never goes to 0, so we can try back to back, back to back. By the end, I think I lost my Akuma. Sadly, he lost the shield from the explosion, and then he took an auto attack or something like that, which was bad. And as you see, full combo meter before the 51 second. So we start Akuma, then Able, Akuma, then Chun-Li, and I kept my EX move to use it when I accumulate a lot of stacks on my Pharaoh Sagat of armor break, because when I have more armor break, my Chun-Li does more damage, so I wanted to use it. I used it here, I guess. Yes, 6 stacks is good actually to give us combo meter as well when we do crits, which is really good. And when I see somebody taking low HP, here we go. So Chun-Li took the last hit, so I healed a little bit so I can keep her alive. And Able is giving us shields, but sometimes the shields run out, so we take a lot of damage. And I start with Akuma, and then he dies, I think, here, or something like that. Yep. And the EX move again from the drones is up, so I used it, and my Akuma said goodbye. And here we go. When we get another combo meter, I start with Chun-Li immediately, just to get some more damages by the end of the fight. And yeah, that was it. Almost 700 million damage. Really solid team. If you built Akuma, that will work up for you. If you didn't, you can use the Dalsim team from the previous lineup that I showed you before. Dalsim, Fashion Blanca, and Summer Yang if you want. Or Luke if you want as an assist for his C2 because he will give damage reduction to the bosses. And yeah, that's how it went with us. And these are the damages. As you see, it's a little bit stable, consistent at 4.2, 4.7, 4 something. Yeah, that's the damages that you get from these lineups. I'll try to improve them. If I can test Seth more or any unit with the C2, I will try and show you how it goes. But so far, I'm actually surprised with Mommy Dalsim. Mommy Dalsim is doing some damage with me, which is really good. I found somewhere to use him at least. And yeah, that was it for the video. Let me know about your scores in the comment section, and good luck for everybody.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fight, time to fight.